Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House for a TVL matchup, crosstown rival matchup between the visiting Norwood Mustangs and your Westwood Wolverines. We have Evan Cardamino, Matt Grazza, and folks, we have a very special guest with us today. We have the voice of the Westwood Wolverines, Mr. Jay Risha, a Super Bowl champ, 92, and graduate in 93, I believe, Jay, if I'm right?
93 is correct. Thank you, Morgan.
Let's go. Thank you so much for joining us, Jay, and welcome to the beautiful Canton Ice House.
I always love coming down here. I don't get down here as much as I would like. I do all the basketball games for Westwood High, but I love hockey. I'm like you, Morgan. I love all the sports. So it's good to be here tonight, and especially with the border war, Westwood against Norwood. Yeah.
And Jay, you know, someone that grew up during a special time in Westwood. I mean, when I think about the era you graduated in, obviously football was terrific, hockey as well. When you look at like Mike Welby, Russ Flynn, Timmy Lewis, you know, some all-time legends.
I just actually met Timmy Lewis before coming here, believe it or not, and a couple of other players, Ed Galvin, and those guys. Some of those guys have 2 rings. I mean, the 92, the 94. We had a couple of championship teams, and it was a great time. I do look back fondly, and I'm happy for staying involved and being able to see the next generation come through.
Now, Jay, question for you is, could you have imagined when you were in high school that Norwood would be joining the Tri-Valley League? And, you know, what would you have thought if someone told you that, you know, at some point in time, Norwood Crosstown Rival is going to be in the TVL?
I never, ever would have believed it. In fact, I would have said you're crazy. And even after high school, if you think of when Coach Tom Lamb went down to Norwood in the late 90s, early 2000s, who had been with Natick with Doug Flutie all those years.
Yep.
He brought Norwood back to the top of the state rankings and won a Super Bowl or 2. And at that point, I thought that we had always been in different divisions. They were Bay State League, we were Tri-Valley. But sometime after that, and I think some of it's due to enrollment and populations and what have you. But Norwood is now Tri-Valley. And you know what? I'm happy for that because we're next door neighbors and good rivals.
It's really been such a bonus to the Tri-Valley League. I'd also add Dedham in there. I don't think Dedham has the same type of rivalry that Norwood and Westwood have, you know, just throughout many of the sports. I think, you know, certain sports, no question about it. But I think what it's done is it's brought proximity to a rivalry. So we've had Holliston as a rival for many years, but that's a 45-minute bus ride. You know, sometimes if you're going 35, if you're you know, rolling up on two wheels. But to have a rival that's next door where you might be out to dinner at Lewis's and you're brushing elbows with, you know, some of the heated rivals.
Yeah, very, very true. It's nice to have Dedham in the Tri-Valley as well, and it is a similar thing. They're Bay State League, and when we were kids, they were a much bigger school. Yeah. But that stuff has kind of smoothed out over the years, and now we're in the Tri-Valley together. And it is true. I would rather go right over the town line and have your rival right there. But having said that, Morgan, in class of '93, going back as I do, I hate Holliston, and that's not going to change.
No, that will never, ever change. Jay does not wear the color red, and I'm checking him right now. He's wearing all green.
This is all green.
That's what he bleeds, folks. He bleeds green and white, and we are absolutely delighted to bring Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Hockey. Folks, we are live. There is nothing better when it comes to not only just covering sports, but doing it live. And, folks, if you're tuning in from, you know, special areas across the country, let us know. Either DM Westwood Media Center's Instagram or WW_calls. We'd love to hear from where you guys are tuning in from, and we'll give you a shout out throughout the game on the call. So we are absolutely delighted, though. 2 top teams in the Tri-Valley League. Shout out to the Wolverines. The other night, big win, 1-0 win on the road versus Hopkinton, which did 2 things. It solidified their playoff berth and also continued the streak to now 43 years and counting. And it also, Jay, it clinched the TVL Large, which incredible. Back-to-back years. I can't remember the last time they did that. If you had to, you know, guess, if I had to guess, I'd say 2001, 2002.
It has been a while, and it could be 20 years. And I was just speaking with Rich Verrier, the athletic director at Westwood High, and he actually had to Google it and look it up to see if this 43-year streak is real. And he found that it is. And so if you go across the country, no other high school can say that their hockey team has been in the tournament, the state tournament, 43 years in a row. Unbelievable, and we're super proud to be involved with them.
And the incredible thing about it too, Jay, is if you look at 1983 was that first year in the streak, right? If you look at 1982, 1981, 1980, those were winning seasons. However, the format changed when it came to qualifying. You have to get 20 points. So that, they didn't have enough, for whatever reason, they didn't meet the quality of what it made to get to the playoffs back then, but they were still winning seasons. Now you got to get 20 points. You can do it a number of different ways. Obviously, wins are 2 points, ties are 1. But this is interesting. At 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie on the season, this is also probably one of the quickest teams to get to that 20 points in recent memory.
Absolutely. To do it in January is always a feather in your cap, knowing that you are near the top of the league standings and that you've already gotten enough wins that you're going to be playing into late February and possibly March.
And as a former coach, there's no question it's on your mind, this streak. You see the alumni all the time. They bring it up. They say, hey, how you guys going to be this year? They're always interested. I mean, it says something about the program when you host an alumni game and 75 people showed up to play.
It's true.
And I bet you over 100 could have, it's just, hey, there's some people that, aren't playing still. We had a lot. The oldest alum from the game was 1981.
Yes,
which is pretty damn cool.
I should know that is a great tournament they put on, and a couple of times I've come in late to the party and found that it was already full. So this year I better get moving a little bit quicker.
Yes, but it was fantastic. I mean, it just says something about the program. Yeah. We had guys. We have now have guys on the team that have come through the program where not only was their father part of the streak, now the son as well. The Ricefelders being one, also the Blomquists being others. Really, really cool and a special memento of this program and the longevity of its history.
100%, Morgan. Yes, I agree with that.
So we are just winding down warm-ups, but just want to go through the the records real quick. Norwood at 8-6-1 on the year, 5-4-1 in the Tri-Valley League. Wolverines 10-2-1 on the year. And Wolverines looking to get their second win over Norwood, which would be the first time in a while, as we've mentioned how good Norwood has been and how many wins they've had against Westwood. However, Westwood's had some big wins in the playoffs that have been equalizers when it comes to the record. So
exactly, and number 7 in the power rankings at this point for Division II for Westwood. So
nice research over here.
It's getting February. This is crunch time. We're waiting for Bill Siebert here, but yes, we are. I'm ready for crunch time in basketball and in hockey.
It's the best time of year, and there's nothing like playoff hockey when you hit late February and March. And we're going to send it down to the voice of Westwood Hockey, Bill Siebert. He's going to kick off the opening introductions and starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Key Nice House for this afternoon's Tri-Valley League matchup between the visiting Norwood Mustangs and the 2026 Tri-Valley League Champions Large Division, your Westwood Wolverines! Here's the starting lineup for Norwood. At left wing, number 11, Junior Anthony Parisi. At center, number 13, senior captain Jason Gillis. At right wing, number 2, sophomore Frank Fucci. Starting in defense, number 19, senior captain Kevin Roach. And number 27, junior Rocco Ferrioli. And starting in goal for the Mustangs, number 1, senior Brody Pacheco. And please welcome the remaining members of the Mustangs. And before we get to the Westwood lineup, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, 11 days ago, Westwood was part of Hockey Fights Cancer. As of last night, I'm very pleased to announce to you, thus far, with still more money coming in, they have raised over $183,000 for that region, which is now brought the total to almost $900,000 for the 9 years. So hats off to the players, coaches, and the parents who supported that so well. Thank you very much. And at this time, we also want to congratulate the Wolverines who, with their victory last Saturday, extended their countrywide high school sporting team, no matter what And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 31, senior Sean Joyce. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Bill Siebert to get you fired up before a game.
I love Bill. He's a great guy. I've known him almost 20 years now, and he's been doing this almost as long as I've been doing football.
And Jay, it's not only just doing this. What a great public servant for the town of Westwood. Like when you show up to vote during the special elections or any elections, he's there, and he's not just there. He's there from like 7 to 7.
Yes.
I mean, what a special gem we have in the town of Westwood with Bill Siebert. And his wife Gail Siebert, amazing people.
His wife Gail, yeah, who used to work with my uncle at the hospital, and so there's a connection there. And when I first met Bill, you know, Matt was still a player on the team, and now Matt doing such a great job as head coach.
Life comes full circle, and there's nothing more special than when you have a head coach who's been through that program. And when, you know, in between periods says, hey, I know what it's like to wear that jersey and to be tied in a rivalry game. There's nothing better. And you know what? Those are special programs that have players that become coaches. As Norwood wins the opening draw, sends it in deep. The Wolverines, as they look to work the breakout, puck goes off the skate of Luke Martin, but picked up by Fengler. Loose, but then knocked aside by Sullivan. Nice stick there by Sullivan to get that puck out of the center of the ice. And he's trying to force it up towards the blue line. Puck goes out of play. We'll get our whistle. And starting lineups real quick to go through, starting with the visiting Norwood Mustangs. We have Pacheco, Ferrucci, Parise, Gillis, Roach, and Ferrioli. And then for your Westwood Wolverines, Brian Sullivan and Caleb Fengler on defense, Ryan Remiza, Connor Blaney, Luke Martin, the forwards, and in goal, senior Sean Joyce.
Yeah, not a lot of seniors compared to some other years, but certainly a group that's gelled, despite having freshmen, sophomores, juniors. They've got players from all 4 years. It's
just incredible, you know, just year over year. So when I looked at the beginning of the season, like, how's this team going to be? I look at, you know, they had 12 seniors graduate. So I'm thinking that's a lot of areas you got to fill. Mm-hmm. And if you were to tell me that they'd be 10-2-1, I'd say, you know, I think it's going to be tough to do. So what they've been doing now, incredible. Shot, that's turned aside. Nice save there by Pacheco. Ends up in the far side corner. But it's, you know, I think terrific leadership. And the players that returned, they have stepped their game up massively. Shot from the point by Johnson, turned aside by Pacheco. Ends up back in the far side corner. Deja vu. Played up just in front of the blue, and Norwood able to knock that into the neutral zone. Lewis going to send it far side over to Matty Donovan. Matty Donovan getting his feet moving. He works through a couple Norwood players. Nice move to be able to move that puck forward. And stick to side in the near side corner. Donovan coming away with it. Has some space. Shot. Saved by Pacheco. Puck goes the other way, and we have a 2-on-1. Norwood going in on Westwood. Shot by Norwood. Saved by Joyce, and he covers it up for the whistle. Great save by Joyce.
Yeah, good position. Good position. He was right where he needed to be, and good save there for Joyce.
No question about it. I mean, that was a good look. Right up, you know, less than 2 minutes into the game for Norwood, 2-on-1. Joyce well positioned. There was nowhere to put that puck. He took up a lot of net there.
Correct.
Shot on net, that's turned aside by Joyce off a quick win by Norwood on the draw. You're going to send it right in, but not without the help from Fengler, who jumps in front of that. Nice play there to get the stick on that and work it into Norwood's neutral zone. Some good forechecking by Dalton. Gets the puck behind the net, trying to battle for it. Throws it in front of the net, loose, and the shot gets deflected. That was off the stick of Willett, but great job, Fengler, who put it in deep, and then Patty Dalton wins a puck battle to then get that great look right there. The Wolverines answer with a nice look of their own.
Yeah, some good pressure there, and let's see how it goes here.
Sebby O'Brien on the draw. That's one back by Norwood. Gonna try and rim it up the boards. Crashing is Fengler. He lays a nice hit as Westwood wins the puck back and looking to work it forward. Sent in by Sullivan and then just tapped by Pacheco to avoid an icing. It ends up on the near side. Westwood starting to get their physical game going as Willett lays a hit after a earlier hit from Fengler. Fengler trying to send it in deep, hits a Norwood player, gonna give it another whack and then gets that one deep. As Westwood going give and go down low between O'Brien and Willett. And D to D up on the top point between Fengler and Sullivan. Some good puck movement by the Wolverines as they adding puck possession time in Norwood zone. Now Norwood going the other way. Good stick there by Fengler, knocks it loose. Uses the body to create some space and help O'Brien to come back and get it. Didn't get all of that one. Norwood able to get to it first, but O'Brien wins it right back.
Good two-way play there by Caleb Fengler, and
yeah.
I won't play favorites as he's a good friend of my son.
Friend of the family.
Good kid though, and he scored a goal when I was at my last game here.
That's
about
good
a month
luck.
ago.
Yeah, that was the Hopkinton game, I think.
It was the first home game.
He's had an exceptional season, and it's not just his play and clean breakouts, but he's doing the tough things too, like blocking shots. Which when you're doing that, you're putting the team first, and here he is right there. Going to send it down the end of the ice, and I think we're getting an icing.
That
we
is
do,
icing.
but not a bad play. You get some fresh legs out there as Norwood was starting to get some looks at the net, and Wolverines will get some fresh legs on the ice and bring out looks like the Blaney line. And then on defense, Wolverines will send out Galvin and I believe Dempsey. Yes. Puck won by Norwood, and that's a nice move. Shot and a score. That was Gillis. Jason Gillis with the goal. Norwood wins the face-off. Gillis jumps on the loose puck, made a nice move, worked it towards the net, and then put that in the back of the net to put Norwood on the board first.
Yeah, a bit of a confluence there of a couple of unfortunate things. A couple of guys maybe back on their heels a little right after that face-off.
Yeah, those are tough sometimes on the face-off of just who's got who. It's more, it's a little bit better to kind of know who's got who when you got the puck in the corner and all that, and everyone's in position. But on those draws, especially when players are moving around, tough to pick up the coverage. So Norwood gets the first one, as that is always the goal, is who gets that first goal. That's how you want to set the tone, especially when you're the road team. And Westwood coming off, I believe it was like a 6-2, 7-2 win in the first game. So important goal for Norwood to get on the board early and try and get their momentum here on the road.
It is true. Pressure is on Westwood. How will they respond?
Just missed. Stealing that one was Secular, but a great job by the Wolverines coming back away with it. Matty Dunvan working it in. He's got Lewis helping out. Lewis coming away with a puck looking for Donovan. Just missed, but Sullivan there to keep it in. Sullivan going near side to Fengler. That shot gets deflected. Takes a bounce off the boards. And then Donovan sends it towards it off the crossbar. Secular sent that. It went off the crossbar and was just inches away from tying it up. Now Norwood jumps on a loose puck, going 1-on-3. That was a great job there by Frucci, but also great save by Fengler, able to change that angle to then take it away and take the puck away. And we do have another icing, which will bring the face-off back into Westwood territory with 10 minutes 36 remaining here in the first.
That's a lot of action for the first 4.5
good
minutes.
Pace.
I'll tell you right now.
Good pace so far. Norwood now, Jay, in Division 3, so keep an eye on them. They're certainly a team that can, they were a team that could make a deep run in Division 2, but the Division 3 ranks, they could certainly do some damage.
Very true, and I think they are number 14 this week in the power rankings for
Yeah.
D3, and that's deceptive because they're a talented team, and I think they're going to surprise some people.
They
over
certainly
the next
will.
Few weeks. Yeah.
You know, just ask Tewksbury a couple years ago. They went into their barn, and Tewksbury, I think, was like the 1 or 2 seed and upset them. So incredible upset. And Chuck Allen talks about that game, you know, being really one of the most rewarding games he's coached. Norwood working the entry in the Westwood zone. Great job by Sullivan. Forces Norwood to the outside. Looking for the middle, and then goes off the skate of Fengler. Fengler comes away with the puck in the possession, gets a clean breakout, but then picked off by Norwood. Norwood going into the zone, 1-on-1. Will whiff on that shot, picks it right back up, sends it towards the net, and goes in. And no goal, though. No goal. Ref is calling it off, saying it's a kick. So that is no goal. Breaking news.
That would be good news for the Wolverines.
Yes.
If that was off the skate, there would be no goal.
Off the skate, and it is going to be no goal, and it's going to bring the face-off out of the zone. And Norwood does not agree with that call.
No,
because
scattering of boos.
You
from the crowd.
can open your boot and like allow it to basically deflect off your skate, but you can't make a kicking motion. Is the official rule. I'm gonna have to check the replay, Jay. I got my phone set up here. That's the cool thing about live is you can always
do our
check
own
on
replays.
YouTube. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Westwood working it up. Roulette just chips it up ahead as O'Brien goes up to chase it. He takes a hit. As that's something you'll see throughout these crosstown rivalry games is physical play. Shot from the outside by Dalton goes just wide. Roulette keeps it off the boards. Ends up in the middle of the ice, picked up by Norwood. And then near side, a big hit there by Dempsey. Dempsey with a big hit. Really setting the tone for the Wolverines. They need a nice hit to kind of get the energy up. As O'Brien sends it in, they'll change out their forwards. And then you can already see the forwards, Westwood forwards coming on the ice, a little energized after nice hit there by Dempsey. Dempsey got some great feedback from Mass Neutral Zone. They were at the most recent Westwood Hopkinton game on the road, and they were very bullish on Dempsey. They love his frame, his game, his upside, everything. As Lewis, the magician, working through a couple guys.
Dempsey certainly has the size to go far in his hockey career.
He's probably the most improved player since last year. As Norwood makes a move inside, but Sullivan able to knock that loose at the last second. Looking for the middle, cleared out by Sullivan again. Third attempt, Sullivan again. And now the puck deflects off into the neutral zone. So some good net front protection by the Wolverines. Lewis trying to knock the puck off of Norwood's stick, but Norwood able to send it in the neutral zone. Sullivan was looking for the hit, just missed on that one. Norwood coming the other way, and great play by Fengler.
Great job by Caleb Fengler.
Fantastic job. Had the stick on stick, deflected that loose. Puck didn't even go to the net. Puck up top at the point, shot blocked. Now the Wolverines have it if they have some numbers. Donovan brings it in and gives it over to Lewis. Lewis,
come on,
shot,
Nolan.
Score! Nolan Lewis finds the 5-hole to tie it up at 1.
Boy, what a great play for Nolan Lewis.
What a play, and you gotta look back at that Fengler play. So the Fengler play on defense, being able to keep the stick on stick. Westwood gets the possession back, and then there was a battle right at the blue line, and this is the tail end of the shift where Martin was getting off the ice because he was tired, but Matty Donovan helps move that puck over to Lewis. Lewis, one of the most dangerous players in the state when he has space and time, and buried that in the back of the net to tie it up at 1. Nolan Lewis, what a season for the junior captain. And not too often you say, Jay, that Westwood's got 3 junior captains.
I was going to talk about that at the top when we talked about the absence of seniors, and to have this many junior captains.
Norwood, shot goes wide. I think it might have caught a piece of Galvin.
It shows a little transition, but also that there are leaders emerging early, and that's being recognized.
No question about it. That shot by Blaney, steered aside. Shot from the point off the stick of Galvin. That goes wide, but Westwood right in on the puck. That was actually a smart play by Galvin. If you don't have a lane to the net, just put it in deep. Let your forwards battle for it. These possession battles are everything. You know, the team that is able to just really win some puck battles and keep the puck on their stick are typically the teams that come away with the gritty goals. And that's what you need for winning games, but more so winning playoff games.
true. Lessons they'll need in a few weeks.
Sebby O'Brien chipping up ahead to Willett. Willett trying to send it to the center of the ice. Picked off by Norwood. Norwood sends it right back in. They miss the net. Picked up by Fengler. And Fengler clean pass over to O'Brien. O'Brien drops in offside, and then a late hit on Willett. He doesn't like that. Neither does O'Brien. And that was a late hit. That was after the whistle. But I don't think there was any malintentions. I think it was just he was lined up and, you know, bang bang type of play. But the official is so no call. I thought for a second the official was heading towards the penalty box.
Yeah, it's a good no call early in the game. Let them play a little bit and see.
Yeah, and you know what? It was good too. Obviously, Willett didn't like it. He allowed him to, you know, be able to say I didn't like that without giving him a penalty too.
Right.
So it's the game within the game. So puck up on the far side, comes loose, chipped ahead by Dalton. He's trying to chase after it, but steered aside by Norwood defender, and we get a whistle. I think we're going to have too many men.
Yeah.
And head coach Matt Siebert not happy with the call.
Yeah, the Norwood coaching staff was apoplectic.
Yeah, you could hear it even on the left side. So here at the Ice House, you have the Norwood fan section to the left, Westwood to the right. And no, I don't think there's a penalty.
If there's not a penalty, what was the whistle?
So now we do have a penalty.
Okay, yeah.
So too many men, and it's going to be, it looks like Willett's going to sit in the box. So Norwood's going to have their first power play, looking to break the 1-1 tie. So first power play for Norwood, 6 minutes 6 remaining here in the first period. Jay Risha, Morgan Donahue on microphone. Matt Grazza, Evan Cardamino on the camera, and Switcher today for live coverage of Westwood Boys Hockey on Westwood Media Center.
A pretty eventful first 9 minutes.
Yes.
Feels like longer than that already.
Had some goals, some hits.
Apiece. Yep, some hits.
Love it. Norwood looking for the back door. Great play by Sullivan to get the stick on that. Lewis trying to squeeze the puck out, but Norwood able to move it over to the next guy. And cleared aside by Fengler and goes the length of the ice.
No icing there.
Nope. And that will tick off about 20 seconds as Westwood has always a great forecheck on the penalty kill to really make it uncomfortable on the breakouts. Blaney gonna force Norwood to a side, and then you'll have other players helping kind of really take away space as Norwood looks to rim that. Blaney trying to beat to it, and he does. He has the puck now. He's got some space. He's got Martin with him. A shot, that goes wide after being deflected. He looks for the center and then goes off the stick of Pacheco, and Norwood now has it the other way. So great first minute by Westwood on the kill. Now we have 49 seconds remaining on Norwood's power play. And now we have Blaney, if they can get him on a stretch pass. He's there, working one-on-one, makes a nice move, but Norwood able to come back and knock that loose. Great play by Derek David. They had Blaney for a few seconds.
Yeah, he was sitting there waiting for that one.
He was looking to get sprung
he got there
there.
about a second late.
Yeah, but he still made a good move to put a scare on them. But great play, because not only was that a potential good look, that killed about another 30 seconds off the power play. Nice move there by Norwood. Shot saved by Joyce. He covers it up and he gets the whistle with 12 seconds left on the power play. So great kill so far by the Wolverines, as they'll put some fresh legs on the ice with the remaining time left. 4:18 left here in the first as well. Gonna send out Lewis with Donovan, and then Sullivan and Fengler. You'll hear a lot of Sullivan and Fengler throughout the game, as those guys can play nearly half the game if they have to. Great endurance out of those guys.
Yeah, Fengler just a sophomore.
And here we go. Now we got also Willett coming out of the box. Lewis looking ahead. He's trying to spring him, but just missed on the connection. Norwood comes away with it. Great job there by Sullivan, anticipating that, sends it in deep. Matty Donovan all over it. Forces Norwood to send it to the far side. And then another stick there by Donovan. Lewis, smart play, just takes it out to start over and then get some speed going. He has some space in front of him, forcing it. And then steered aside by Norwood. Loose by Sicular. That puck goes in the air. And we got a puck battle ensuing in the near side corner. Both teams battling for it. Norwood had the advantage, but Westwood comes away with the puck. Lewis up top to Sullivan. Sullivan with the shot. That gets blocked. Ends up on the stick of Norwood, but great effort by Sicular. Able to fight for it. We're going to try the rim, and that gets out. Oh, great job by the Wolverines forcing some pressure on Norwood, trying to catch them now on a change. And another shot on net there. Great shot from the point by Sullivan. Oh, steal again by Westwood. They do a great job of steals. Throw that in deep, dump and chase. These games all about one-on-one battles. Martin had it for a second, gets it back, sends it over to Ramiza. He's going to throw it in deep. Blaney chips it to himself. He's got help from Martin. And picked up by Norwood. 2 minutes, 28 remaining here in the first. Tied at 1. A Norwood player hit the ice. Looked like just lost his footing. He sends it right in deep. Galvin going to play it. As we mentioned, we were talking about Ed Galvin, one of Westwood legends, as Joyce gets the save. And
absolutely, a teammate of mine is, a classmate of mine as well. Nice guy.
He's the president of Westwood Youth Hockey, done a terrific job with that. But like you said, back-to-back state champs, that is so hard to do. All the pressure's on you when it comes to, wanting to knock off the former, state champ and to do it again.
It is very hard to do, and football, it did not get done in my time. It did get done in your time.
Yes, which it was exhausting. So puck in deep as Norwood wins the possession back. And now we're in the vulnerable last 2 minutes of the period, as you do not want to give up a goal in the last 2 minutes. If you can score one, you have that momentum as O'Brien goes to net, throws it just through the crease, goes wide. That was a great look by Sebi O'Brien. And man, that would have been a big goal and a goal to reward him on all the fantastic things he's been doing all season. Penalty killer. He's been one of the leaders on the dot as well. And Fengler, another hit. Caleb Fengler throwing the body around. He's had a few.
Offense being set up by your defense.
Yes.
You're seeing a lot of that from Blaney and Fengler. Good job by Westwood.
And then Donovan sends it towards the net. Puck is still loose. Gets knocked aside by Norwood. Johnson going near side. Sicular with the shot deflected. Lewis tried to do a little pirouette on the backhand and just missed connecting with, looked like Sicular, but I love the creativity and just thought there as Westwood works it right back into the zone. Loved by Lewis. He's got help from Donovan. Norwood tries to rim it. Dempsey gets it over to Johnson. Johnson keeps it in, whacks it over towards Lewis as the clock gets to 33 remaining here in the first. Westwood really doing a good job with the zone time. And now Norwood, sharp pass, working in a Westwood zone, thrown on net. Loved by Joyce for the face-off with 23 seconds remaining. Oh, what a period so far.
Yeah, an exciting start to the game tonight. It's really been back and forth, but I think Westwood seems to be carrying the play a little bit more. And if they keep at it, I think they're going to see some success.
No question. I think they've had such great coverage in the D zone that's been able to allow them to move the puck with speed into the offensive zone, getting good looks. And right here, coming off with a win in the D zone. Ramiza looking to shoot. Shot! Just, I think that went off the blocker of Pacheco. What a great IQ play, high IQ play by Ramiza to try and hold on that with patience to find more net to shoot at. And an icing called on Norwood. And this is always the conundrum, Jay, is you have a face-off now in Norwood zone, 4.6. Do you pull your goalie to try and get an extra guy out there to get a whack or two at a loose puck in front of the net? I say no. I think it's too much time. You could certainly win a draw and send one down the length, but
it is a situational thing. First period, early February, maybe not.
It definitely gets you thinking. As Donovan shoots, that gets blocked, goes wide. They're going to try and send it, but not enough time. As the clock expires for the first period, a very entertaining first period. Norwood scored the first goal, shot by Gillis, And then Lewis tied it up about halfway through at 1, and that has brought us to where we were at. Jay, any final thoughts on first period that from your perspective?
It's an exciting first period, and like I had just mentioned a moment ago, Westwood, I feel like if they keep playing the way they're playing, they are going to surge ahead. I don't think Norwood can keep up if Westwood's defense is going to continue to play this well and continue to set up their offense the way they're doing.
Yeah, very entertaining first period, 1-1 apiece. We'll take a quick break, folks. Stick around. We'll be back for the start of the second period. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Hockey.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. Westwood just coming on the ice, getting a couple laps in before kicking off the second period. A 1-1 game after 1, and excited for second period as both teams start to get their feet going, really getting comfortable in this game. And what a delight to have Jay Risha on the call tonight. And, pretty entertaining start to the games thus far.
It sure was. As I had said at the end of the first, Westwood, I think that they seem to have it figured out, but you're not seeing any results on the scoreboard yet. Norwood got that early goal, but Westwood's defense looks stout, and let's see if that translates here in the second.
Absolutely. As the old saying, good things happen when you put the puck on net. Notice trying to make a hit there, but Sickler, rock solid, took that hit like a champ. As Donovan loses his stick,
wood there, yeah.
Ends up in the neutral zone. Chipped up by Sullivan. It's loose. Sickler comes away with it. Shot goes just wide left. Noah trying to break it out, and Westwood steals it again. Matty Donovan, that shot gets blocked. Hit a defender on Norwood. He's shooken up a bit. Donovan tries to go near side. That goes off the glass. Kept in by Sullivan. Right back on the stick of Norwood. Trying to get their breakout going. They come away with it. They're getting their feet moving in a neutral zone. And then shot in a glove save there by Joyce to get the whistle.
Good save there by Sean Joyce. He's had a few of them already tonight, and that's the part of the defense they need if they're going to get some more goals on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, we were saying it the other day. Very impressive when a goalie gets the glove saves when the puck's only like 3 inches off the ice. He's got a very good glove. Steers that shot aside as Westwood chips out ahead. No icing called by the ref as they'll allow Westwood to go in, and as Blaney goes and wins a nice puck battle. Norwood gets some help though to regain it back as the puck squirts loose behind the net, goes off the back boards. They're going to try and rim it up the far side. Successfully gets out. That might be an ice. No, we're going to say a contact. Yeah.
No icing.
Good call. Dempsey gets there first for Westwood. Blaney helping out. Great job by Blaney. Those centers are an extra layer of defense, especially around the net front, and really key on those breakouts. Blaney trying to force that ahead. He does. Takes a bounce off the ice as freshman Ryan Remiza sends that puck into the zone. He goes down, and Wolverine fans not happy. They thought that deserved a call. As we play on, Dempsey sends it near side, just misconnecting with Johnson. Willette sends it right back to Johnson as Johnson was looking for Dempsey. Noah jumped on that pass attempt, forced it right back into Westwood zone. It's a good job by Noah. They were waiting for that change to complete to find a player to come on with some space. But Westwood up for the challenge of attacking and getting that puck loose. O'Brien, beautiful chip up ahead to Willette. Willette moving his feet into the zone. And a hit, good hit by Norwood to knock it loose, working into Westwood zone.
Oh, good poke check there.
Fantastic. And sent ahead by Dalton. He hits the ice, and no call there either. And then gloved by Pacheco, and we get a face-off. So we were so back and forth the first period. You haven't gotten to any of the reads, but I wanted to give a just anyone who's interested in sponsorships or Westwood Media Center. Check out the Westwood Media Center website at westwoodmediacenter.tv/sports to find a little bit more about how you can partner with Westwood Media Center and particularly Westwood Sports. It's a fantastic way to get involved in the community, and some amazing partners that we have from this season.
Oh, for sure, and what great work that they do at Westwood Media Center, and those of you watching, they bring this to you. They make it happen, and Morgan, you're part of that, and it's great to have in our town a way to connect and stay in touch with our great sports high school teams.
No question about it, and you are very much a part of it as well, Jay, in that viral clip of the Holliston game-winning touchdown. And they had the press box view, and you had you had the microphone up, you're on your feet, you're celebrating with the lefty fist pump too. That was pretty cool clip. There
was a little question there, which of us hit a higher note there on the scale of...
we were pretty excited.
That was terrific.
So Norwood had a good look there, went wide, shot, that's blocked by Fengler. How many times have we said that tonight? Ends up on the far side, Fengler gets a stick on it again, ends up towards the point, that shot forced wide. As Westwood doing a good job keeping the puck to the outside, and they're going to send that down the length of the ice for an icing. Which, you know what, not a bad icing to just get
settle
down and kind of get a fresh restart. As they'll have a face-off to the left of Sean Joyce. On comes the Connor Blaney line, as well as Dempsey and Galvin on D. Blaney going to take the draw for the Wolverines, going up against John Lynch. One back by Norwood. Sent towards the net. That went wide. Takes a bounce off the end boards. Shot blocked. I think it was blocked by Blaney. Trying to look for a forward in front of the net. Wolverines doing a good job with their sticks. Ends up on the point. Nice job by the Norwood defender to create some space. Whiffed on the shot. As the puck's still on their stick as they regather it. And Blaney comes away with it. Takes an unfortunate bounce off the net. Westwood back with the puck on their stick, able to get that puck out. Martin works it in the zone. He's moving with some speed. Shot saved by Pacheco and gets the whistle. 10:28 remaining here in the second. But
good opportunity there by Martin coming in after it looked like they were going to do a line change, but all of a sudden Martin is ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
And Those are the opportunities they need.
Smart play where he saw that space and took it, even, at the tail end of a shift. And if you have that space, take it. Did a good job to get a quality shot on net. O'Brien does a good job as a Norwood player was trying to close in on a hit. He avoided that, able to keep the puck moving forward. And Westwood sends that into Norwood territory. Dalton, the first one there, finishes his check, and he gets a cheer from the den. We got a mini-sized den here today. Always great to see.
Good to see, yeah. Not the biggest one we've seen, but they're vocal. That's what counts.
You don't need the big one sometimes. Sometimes you have like the small ones that bring the energy and the vibes, and that's all you need sometimes. But I'll tell you what, it is something special when you see a packed gym or a packed rink with the den in a close game. Especially King Philip playoffs last year. That was pretty
absolutely.
Remarkable.
What a game that was. I was
Timmy
in
Malloy.
the stands for that one. Yeah.
Timmy Malloy. That's where legends are made. Playoff winners in overtime. Overtime playoff winners, incredible. Norwood sends that off the boards. Sullivan able to get his stick on it, finds Lewis. Lewis works it in, working for the middle of the ice. Gets knocked loose, able to regather it. And he's playing keep away with himself. Oh my gosh, still doing it. He's the magician. He does a lot of things that you don't think are physically possible with time and space.
That was 2-on-4 for a while there
Yes.
with the line change.
Just showing off. Johnson passed it over to Sickler. Sickler was trying to push it towards the net. Deflected up to Dempsey. Dempsey moves it ahead. Norwood with a little fungo into the neutral zone. And Sickler jumps on that loose puck. Trying to send that in. That goes out of play. And we'll get a whistle there.
Well, with about 8:46 to go here in the second, we're almost at the halfway point. Now, the longer this goes as a tie game, the more Westwood should be concerned.
Yeah.
The more I'm concerned as a Westwood fan, because Norwood thinks, something, we're in this thing.
Well, these games, especially later in the season, they do have that playoff feel. And there's a lot of tight checking where the teams have really kind of understood their system. And, they're on top of pucks a lot better later in the season and more alert about them than, the beginning of the season. You make a lot of mistakes early on, but you don't want to, you learn from them throughout the season. And these,
very true. And if Westwood had jumped out and gotten 2 or 3 early ones, perhaps Norwood might turtle just a little bit, but that's not going to happen tonight. Everybody's in this thing.
There's always the, you get ahead by a couple goals, teams get complacent. So, one.
look at the Bruins the other night.
Oh my gosh.
5-1.
My checks chains are going off. I think maybe even the DraftKings one, was going off about that game.
You remember that? Yeah,
another puck out of play.
That was a tough one, but it had a goalie fight. So
yes.
You see, as a hockey fan,
yeah,
everybody loved
outdoor
to see that.
goalie fight. That wasn't on my bingo card.
Nope.
Face off. That puck ends up into Westwood territory. Dempsey looking up ahead from Martin. Martin able to chip it out. Norwood sends it in. They're going to have to tag up as Westwood has some time on their hands to break it out with some space. As Johnson works it in. Smart play by him, taking the ice in front of him. And now Westwood laying a couple hits. There's a nice hit by Martin, finishing his check. The puck goes airborne. Norwood trying to send it over, but caught a piece of Dempsey's stick as he was crashing in. And now puck in the near side corner. Dempsey battling for it. Blaney helps him there, sends it off the boards. It's going to be a 50-50 battle, but help with Martin crashing down low, and then Blaney helping in, and going to send it over to Dempsey, who's got a lot of ice in front of him to send it right up to Ramiza. Ramiza working it in. Goes inside, outside. Does a good job as Westwood's changing out their players, takes a hit, but able to allow his oncoming players to come on and be able to come help out with the puck battle. Such a smart play where he bought himself time. He took a hit, which is an unselfish play, but he knew that his guys are changing it out and, allowed for them to get in areas where he could give them the puck.
For sure, and that got the icing call as the pressure was on Norwood there. So let's see what Westwood can do here.
Let's see what they draw up. Sebby O'Brien on the draw. Norwood going to go D to D off the backboards. Hard pass off the wall and a clean breakout by them. Coming into Westwood territories, number 15. Shot goes wide. That was off the stick of Derek David and then covered up by Joyce for the whistle. So I want to give a shout out to the Westwood Living Sports Show. Jay, been a lot of fun. We got to get you on soon and talk a little shop.
I would love to join and for a segment or maybe do an Andy Rooney routine
Yes.
and read a poem or something, or just take a few minutes of your time. But you guys are doing a great job with the show. I've been watching them all, and great guests that you've had.
It's been a lot of fun.
Great concept.
The current athletes, but also the alumni, is nothing more fun as Donovan trying to go to the net. He hits the ice, and another no call again.
Fans wanted a call there.
Fans getting restless on Westwood side. I can't say I blame them, and that's going to be an offside.
Yeah.
But just to bring it back to the Westwood Living Sports Show, the next episode is going to be on February 26th at 7 p.m., and it's live at Camellus. So, folks, if you are in town, come to Camellus and see it live. It's a ton of fun, and it's got like that Radio Row theme to it. You know, like come Super Bowl and you're at the restaurant.
I can see that by watching. And
Ooh.
Almost come up back here. Everybody okay?
Oh, and puck just in front of us, and hope Lafana's all right. Hope that Fana's okay. I think she is. Shaking it off. Tough cookie. And you got to be.
Yeah, a little scary. That was right in front of us,
Yeah.
2 rows from the top here.
So
she seems okay.
Back in play. So face-off going to come back to Westwood's zone about halfway through, or just over halfway through here in the second period. Still knotted up at 1 apiece. And the face-off going to dropped with Donovan's line out there. And we got some Donovans watching at home, Jay, huh? And some of the Donovan family members, extended family members.
I think so. I believe Kippy Steves is one of them. And so we have to give a shout out to Kippy.
Absolutely.
It would be Sue's sister.
Kippy is one of the biggest fans of the Wolverines, and was watching on HCAM last week, and watching from Cape Cod, I understand. But Kippy, thanks for the support. We're just as big a fan of you as you are of Westwood Hockey. Shot, that goes wide.
100%, and having known Sue Donovan, who was Sue Kelly back in the day,
yeah.
As long as I have, any family member of Sue is a friend of mine.
Absolutely. As Maddie Donovan works it in, that's a hard shot just off the glass. As looks like Martin picks it up himself, looking to work that towards the net, and that's picked off by Norwood. But Sue, I ran into Sue last on Saturday in Westwood's game versus Hopkinton, and she said that Kippy does not like the hitting, especially on her nephew Matt. And Matt took a big hit during the game. He got the wind knocked out of him. So I made sure that Kippy knew, he's catching his breath. Looks like he's doing okay. Yep, he's going to be back on the ice for the next shift. So, it was. It's a sport that, hey, you get some tough hits every now and then, and I don't blame you. It is some big hits every now and then that certainly, you don't want it to happen to family members.
Right, as parents or as aunts and uncles or whatever capacity, you always worry about the kids. But most of the time they're pretty darn tough.
Oh, yes. You got to be if you're enjoying your winter by coming into freezing cold rinks at 6 a.m., and some of the times you got to go to Bourne at, for 6 a.m. ice. We had that growing up. As that puck goes down the far length, no icing. Ramiza battling for it. Norwood able to come away with it. Takes a hop, unable to identify it, but Westwood jumps right in to help that well timed. Looking for a centering player, picked right back up by Ramiza. Able to possess it. Sends it over to Blaney. Blaney walking in. That shot goes just over the net and then had so much zip, it worked its way out of the zone. Galvin gonna go back and settle it. Sends it up the near side, and a smart play by Ramiza just to get the heel on that to work that up to Blaney, who put it deep. And Westwood changes out there forwards. O'Brien works it inside, avoids the hit, and that gets in the net for a goal! Is that Patty Dalton? It is! Patty Dalton puts the Wolverines back on the board and up 2-1.
How about that? Just trickled in.
Found a way, and as we said, Jay, good things happen when you put the puck on net.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep the pressure on, and good things will happen.
I think O'Brien had dished it off to Dalton, and then Dalton just found a corner under the bar to put that in the back of the net. for the big goal. He's fired up, and he's already getting a couple of whacks in on the face-off.
Yeah, the goalie, Brody Pacheco, I think he had it.
Yeah.
Or I think he thought he had it.
Yeah.
But it just dropped and trickled in. A little bit like that overtime beanpot goal the other night for
Yes.
BU to win it. Or shootout goal, I should say.
Here we go. Dalton gets the turnover, goes towards the net, and then covered up by Pacheco.
Assisted by number 18, Lucas Willett.
So Dalton on the goal, Willett on the assist.
5 seconds of the second
Big goal for the Wolverines.
And a big 4 minutes coming up here,
Yep.
because if Westwood can score again, you can really get your foot on their neck.
No question about it. Get that momentum going. I mean, momentum's obviously come from a lot of things, and goals are probably one of the bigger areas. But you know, the hits, this getting your game going, puck battles. As Lewis looking to shoot, that one blocked and ends up near side. Sickler sends it up top to Johnson. Johnson working it towards the net. That gets deflected, goes airborne. As both teams trying to get a set of eyes on it. Norwood able to get their stick on it, and that goes into the Westwood bench, and we get a whistle.
It's a good job by Westwood on the forecheck there, keeping the puck in the zone, keeping the pressure on them.
If folks want to do our next side-by-side, we did the top legend earlier, but side-by-side of Natalie Marsh Real Estate. Natalie Marsh, she'll be with us throughout the 2025-2026 winter sports season. We are very, very thankful to Natalie and everything she's done for the Westwood sports community and her continued support. Just an amazing person here supporting our beloved sports. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Top Legend Barbershop. And also thank you, Jess Hancock Real Estate. As that shot from the point. Oh! It goes off the glass and then off of Pacheco's glove in the back of the net. I don't know who's going to get credited for it. This is good. I think Dempsey. So Dempsey, it looks like, will get the credit.
That's a little bit like an own goal there. That was a tough break for Pacheco. That went off the glass, and he went to grab it, and somehow it deflected off him and went in.
So the ref just gave the unassisted, but I think it's, I mean, what a funky bounce. But that's what we say, good things happen when you throw it, you know, hey, puck's on net, throw it towards the net. You never know.
The pressure on, when you're forechecking, when you're pushing the pace, these things will happen for you.
So awesome to see. I think that, I think Dempsey got his first goal in the Hopkinton game. So that would be his second goal of his career. But what a goal for the sophomore. As we mentioned, in my opinion, the most improved player since last year. Last year, he was on the team getting kind of spot minutes. This year, he is one of the top dogs.
A good kid. A kid I coached in flag football, just like Caleb Fengler. A kid I remember being
unassisted. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 53 seconds of the second period. Westwood's Dempsey, his second goal of the season. Unassisted at 11:53.
I remember with Will Dempsey being about a foot taller than him, but now I am a foot shorter than him. That's what's happened.
He is a big kid who hit his growth spurt, and he's probably not done growing either. You know, he's only a sophomore.
He's only 16, just like my Alex, and Caleb Fengler and a bunch of those guys, the Blessing twins, dudes I've known since they were 5 years old, and it's fun to see them now performing for the Wolverines.
So
there.
Jay Risha, football coach. That is legendary.
Flag football
Flag
coach.
football, I mean, you know, were you drawing up the plays? Were you more the defensive guy? What was your expertise?
I was doing a lot of the offensive plays. I was surrounded by some good people. Eddie Calix.
Yep. Oh,
my
great
favorite
guy.
assistant coach. I had Dave Blessing, Tommy Themistocles,
Yep.
Ted Dempsey himself. All those guys, friends of mine, guys I've enjoyed having a couple of cocktails with.
Oh, yes.
And helping to coach the kids. Those are great memories as we've gotten a little older.
Now, do they ever ask you to do the starting lineups, you know, just to get the boys fired up, you know, for a big game, you know, just to hear the guy do it?
The only thing close to that was when the 8th grade team, and they were doing Pop Warner or whatever it was at the Thurston. They had me call one game there at the Flayhive Field.
That's pretty darn cool. That is pretty darn cool. Folks, the voice of the Wolverines, Jay Risha, did my games in high school. And hearing his voice is like the voice of God. As Nolan Lewis chasing after a loose puck. He's got some space to the net. Going in alone. He's trying to get through the 5-hole and saved by Pacheco. But what a move by Nolan Lewis. He got Pacheco to open up the legs, but Pacheco able to close it before it was working its way into the net.
What a move, and I don't think Pacheco knew that he had it. He
Yeah.
froze there waiting after that whistle to see if he had it or not. He said, don't move, I don't want it to trickle in.
That kid is having himself a year. Nolan Lewis, my goodness, doing everything, goals, assists. Just a monster season for the junior captain. All the junior captains having monster seasons. As what a quick period. I mean, I took a look. We're inside a minute 30 remaining here in the second period. Feel like it was just 2 minutes ago, Jay. We were kicking off the period.
I do. The first period felt like it lasted for an hour.
Yeah.
And this one has felt like 5 minutes.
This one was quick.
It's been a faster pace, and it favors Westwood, and you're seeing it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, this is where you see Westwood start to play that long game. You know, put that puck in deep, go after for some puck battles, but Norwood's still going to battle as Dempsey lays a big hit, finishing his check just inside the blue line. Lewis with a
great
drop
drop
pass
pass.
into Donovan working towards the net, knocked loose. As Norwood trying to get a shot before the close of the period. 50 seconds remaining here in the first. Fengler, oh, what a nifty ricochet off the stick of Donovan on the rim by Fengler. It allowed Westwood to work it out. A little deceptive play, and I love it. Creativity as Westwood gets the puck deep into Norwood's zone. Martin laying a hit, finishing his check. Now Sullivan with a shot towards the net, hits a Norwood player, ends up in the far side corner. Blaney battling for
Great
it.
job by Blaney. Not the first time tonight we've called his number. Great job to keep the puck in the zone.
As a older kid, you know, a junior, setting that example for the younger guys of going in and, you know what, you got to go in and not be afraid to get physical and win some puck battles like that, as they are battling for it as the clock ticks and expires, as Westwood with 2 late goals to go up 3-1. Patty Dalton put the Wolverines up 2-1, and then Will Dempsey not long after on a goal, sent it towards the net. Little ricochet in the back of the net, and that's where we're at, 3-1. Jay, any final thoughts from you here before we close out the second period?
Yeah, great second period for the Wolverines. As I had hoped would happen, the pressure they're putting on Norwood is now coming to fruition on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. So, folks, we will be right back after a quick message, and we'll take a break. And we'll see you all in the third period. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Hockey.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Norwood Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
The tunes are high, the vibes are high. We got Jay Risha, we got Matt Grazzo, we got Evan Cardamino. I am Morgan Donahue, folks, and a big period ahead. And I want to give a shout out to the viewers watching at home. We got a text from Scott Blomquist. He is at the airport, the Delta Lounge, with Sean Blomquist, captain from last year, MVP of the Tri-Valley League last year, Offensive Player of the Year, and what a hockey family they are. And love the people tuning in. You know, shout out to everyone. Matt Donahue is watching from back home. I don't know if you met Matt Donahue, Jay, the younger brother to myself.
Yeah, not sure if I have, but the Blomquists, absolutely, one of the early cover stories for Westwood Living magazine, and I didn't overlap with Scott, but his younger brother Christian, and great people, great Westwood people, and what a resume of sports for all of those kids.
There is nothing better than Westwood alumni that stay in Westwood, raise their kids in Westwood, and you know, you have that amazing story about playing for the same high school and the same colors that family members did. It's incredible. One of those, you know, with Nolan Lewis on the ice, number 6. His uncle Timmy Lewis, one of the most talented players to play for Westwood. Scott, another one, you know, Scott Blomquist, when we were talking about talented former Westwood Wolverine alumni, you know, and Sean as well. You know, it's a fantastic program that, you know, we are certainly proud of.
Absolutely, and I'm lucky to have known a bunch of those people. Timmy Lewis, a good friend of mine, and we lived in each other's backyards as kids. We got in a little bit of trouble in the woods a few times. Some great childhood memories there. So shout out to Timmy.
And not far from Norfolk area, you know, which you just had a nice little article about the 4th hole at Norfolk. As Norwood trying to stuff that in and cleared out by Sullivan. But that 4th hole at Norfolk, Jay, out of bounds left, out of bounds right, you know, and it's like 400 yards. That's not the funnest hole to play when you're playing at Norfolk.
That is a tough hole to play, and I did trick a few.
Blaney! Oh, puts it in the back of the net! Oh, absolute snipe! And maybe we should keep talking about the 4th hole, Jay, because that brought some great luck as Blaney picks up a loose puck, and he just ripped that to the bottom right part of the net to put the Wolverines up 4-1.
Connor Blaney, as we're telling our little story, he just rocketed that thing in from between the circles. 4-1 Wolverines, fantastic. The best start they could have hoped for as they're really threatening to put this game out of reach.
Incredible. That's a goal scorer's goal right there, as Blaney then lays a hit, and then Norwood lays a hit in retaliation as the physical play picking up here at the start of the 3rd period. But a goal scorer's goal. Picked that right up on his stick, picked a corner of the net, put it in the corner of the net.
Absolutely. We were talking about my article of Norfolk Golf Club. I tricked a few readers there into thinking I was writing about golf, but I was really writing about sledding and all the memories we had. And halfway through the article, I probably shouldn't give it away by talking about it, but yes, I was talking about those childhood memories of sledding down that hill after all those snowstorms we had.
I saw the reference you had at the end where you had F-O-R. I was keeping my eyes open. You know, I wasn't asleep at the wheel while reading that. That's what I've learned when you read a Jay Risha article in Westwood Living magazine or WestwoodLivingSports.com. You cannot be asleep at the wheel because he throws some tidbits in there that you gotta really appreciate when you're paying attention.
There will be some Easter eggs in there.
Yes.
All right, let's get back on D. Come on, boys.
Oh, a nice move by Norwood working in. Saved by Joyce.
Great save, Sean.
Fantastic save by the senior goalkeeper on a nice move by the Norwood player. Now Westwood working it up. Looks like Sebi O'Brien sends it up to Willette. Willette chips it in, allow the Wolverines to change out their forwards. As Westwood looking to get right back into the forecheck. Forces a far side Norwood pass. Is going to be an icing.
That's icing.
We get the whistle, and I'll bring it back into Westwood territory. But always a good sign when you force a team to ice it. You know, they're feeling that pressure that you're putting in on them, particularly in their zone.
Sure, down 3-1 after 2, and now down 4-1, and the blue and yellow have to be feeling the pressure now. It's pretty much now or never in the next few minutes, and they know it.
Yep. As Matty Donovan going to take the draw, wins it back to Lewis. Lewis, another pirouette. He's got the incredible footwork. No toe picks there, you know. He's got, that's tough to do. So good on his edges. As Norwood works the puck out in the neutral zone. Trying to send it in a Westwood zone. Westwood forces a pass, which allows them to chase after a puck battle. Sullivan going to tip that up ahead to Lewis. Gets jammed. Westwood trying the other way. Fengler looking up ice. Finds Donovan. Donovan puts it in deep. As Westwood looks to dump and chase. As the puck ends up far side. Little battle in the middle of the ice, then sent in by Norwood as they change up their forwards. Fengler has some time and space in front of him. Looks ahead, finds Donovan. Donovan to move to work it on the far side to fellow captain Sullivan. Gets knocked off his stick. Norwood going to get to work in Westwood zone. Kept in, but then blocked by Donovan. Wolverines have a 2-on-1. Donovan to the left, Lewis to the right, saved by Pacheco. On a fast-paced 2-on-1. Big save there by Pacheco.
Donovan came in almost alone, and he was stopped by
Great
Pacheco.
stick there by Dempsey as Norwood was trying to send it towards the net front. Dempsey moves it to himself.
On sides, that's good.
For a guy that big with those moves, pretty darn impressive, and that's what captured the attention of Mass Neutral Zone when they were at the Hopkinton game. Was a big guy being able to do that, really, really impressive. Galvin, cross ice pass to Blaney. Blaney knocks it in. As this is where Westwood does a good job when it comes to the forecheck, but also killing time. Killing time. You're up 3 goals, 10 minutes remaining in the game.
Absolutely. And Romiza and Blaney, both of them back there.
Yeah.
Keeping the pressure on, keeping the puck in the zone.
And that's a nice save there. Flash on the pad is Sean Joyce. As the puck ends up near side. A little 2-on-2 rugby scrum. Norwood comes away with it. Looking inside, but Dempsey there. Have stick on stick. And then the puck forced out of the zone. Morgan Cox doing a good job. Morgan Cox. Father Brian Cox, not too far from you high school-wise, a couple years ahead of you.
He was either 1 or 2. I just saw him as well before coming here this afternoon. Met a few parents and said hello.
Yeah.
Good guy, Brian Cox.
How cool is that, though, to see people you went to high school with still here in the town of Westwood, and almost like picking up where you left off when you see them.
Yeah, I love it, and some of them were in your inner circle, some of them were not.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of goes in their own different directions as you get older. We all know that, and the ones who remained, you form an entirely different relationship with them now as parents.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome, especially people that know, like, hey, that appreciate the old Bergson days, and all the different stops around town.
We were old enough to shop at Yulden's and get penny candy and do those things.
Dalton, some great patience there as he waited for an opening. That's a shot by O'Brien, saved by Pacheco. As Fengler looking towards the net, hits a Norwood player's stick, ends up outside the zone. But I shopped at Yulden's many a time for projects. They had everything, the poster boards. You could get the candy there too.
That's right, the
What
penny
stop.
candy I remember very well. Arguing with my mother about another 10 cents worth of that. Those paper ones with the little dots candies on them that would roll off of them.
And they had, oh my gosh, so folks, for those at home, where the old Chiara was, that was Yulden's. And it was owned by the Yulden family, and it was a staple, a Western staple.
It was an institution in town for a generation or two.
And it's kind of like what Lord's was in Medfield. You ever remember Lord's in Medfield?
Absolutely.
Right down on 109?
Yeah, and they lasted into this century and maybe, 10, 15 years ago even.
But those are always fun. That's what makes the podcast fun, Jay, is talking about some fun memories that, when we talk about something like the carnival that used to come to Westwood. And it would be right there at the high school parking lot.
Sure, in early June or whenever it was. And it was Sam Pino Amusements was written on the side of every trailer. And I would look forward to that week every year when the San Pino Amusements would take over. I said, where are the buses?
Yes.
They shipped them off to the Sheehan or some other
The
school.
buses are gone,
And the San Pino trucks were all in.
And
that would be a fun weekend where I would not go to New Hampshire. I would stick around and go to the carnival all weekend.
It was kind of like the official
start of summer. Because it wasn't Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
It was either right after or right before. I don't remember, but because I would never be here on Memorial Day because we had the summer house.
Yeah.
It was a Westwood thing for the spring.
But you also knew like school was almost done.
Yes.
So it was
the nights were warm now, and how many songs have been written about that sort of time of a young person's life.
The scoreboard has 5-1 on it. I think they're gonna need to change that. So now it says 0-1. So it's 4-1 for those at home.
Issues there. Yes.
And they're fixing it now as Wolverines on the penalty kill. The power play on Dempsey for a cross check. But Circus too used to come to town, Jim, and that was pretty cool because you could come see the animals like before they set everything up.
That's right. That was a while. That was way back though, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it made me laugh though when we had Joe Vinci on for a podcast episode, and he was talking about the old football days, the old football field, and he said there was nothing like going from the locker room to the football field, and you're basically losing all the rubber on your cleats because you're walking on concrete the whole way.
Yes. You had to walk across the parking lot to go to the old field, or Whitley Field, which is now Flahive Field.
Whitley Field, so I didn't even know it had a name.
It was called Whitley Field.
Yeah.
And that's where I was the voice there for its last 8 years or so.
And we think we found the first potential game that Jay had done the PA for. That's goal there. Norwood with a nice goal there. That's off the stick of Gillis, his second goal of the
Jason
game.
Gillis has 2 goals for Norwood now.
I wonder if there's any relation to Matt Gillis. Matt's a Norwood guy.
Another Norwood guy, the former Westwood AD, who retired last spring.
Yep. But not really retired. We see him around a bunch. Yeah, still very involved.
He's very involved. He's no longer the AD, but retired is the wrong word because I see him at the basketball games and he still helps out. And what a nice guy and a good friend in the last 10 and 15 years.
I love that his daughter Shannon's involved too. Like same kind of personality, great sense of humor, always have a smile. It's awesome.
When I do the basketball games, I'm pretty guaranteed to sit next to a Gillis at the scorer's table because they'll do the book, and I'll be doing the voice.
That's a big goal for Norwood. Norwood gets it to within arm's reach. So a 2-goal game. Wolverines up 4-2. 6 minutes 30 remaining here in the third period. That's a big goal. That starts the momentum.
This game is not over.
And Norwood gets another one. They're feeling pretty good with momentum on their side. So, power play goal for Norwood, able to take advantage of the man up as Westwood gains a possession. Donovan was looking up ahead for Lewis. Hit a Norwood skate. Gets the red, and then Donovan puts it in deep. Took a hit to make that play. As Norwood changes out their forwards, they're going to try and go off the side boards, but Fengler all over it. Puck battle ensuing. Norwood comes away with it, looking for the center. But nice job there by Galvin. And then Fengler right back in, battling himself. Puck squirts loose. Galvin able to clear it. And we're going to have a penalty again on Westwood. My goodness. A lot of, penalties that you think would be sure penalties that Westwood get a power play on weren't called. And now Norwood going to have their second power play here in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see with this much time left. Norwood gets a goal on the power play, and now they have hope.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have more than hope with 5 minutes, 26 seconds to go.
So
down by 2.
So they're going to go on the penalty kill. This is where you have sometimes considerations, head coach Matt Siebert, big kill here. So sometimes you see, them look to do a timeout, and yes, I think we're going to get a timeout here, which is a very smart call. My coaching instincts kick in when I see these things.
Yes, time to settle them down and say, hey, look, this is what you need to do to get through these next 5.5 minutes.
No question. The other thing too, Jay, so when you get that timeout, you want to have your top dogs out there for penalty killers. They may have just had a 45 to a minute and a half shift. So this allows them to get their breath, talk through it, talk a little strategy, and you get that. You get the kill. It's 3 minutes 26 remaining with a 2-goal lead. So
yes, then you're feeling pretty good because Norwood pretty soon would have to pull the goalie.
Pull the goalie, yeah. Especially if it's a 2-goal deficit.
Sure, this kill it really is going to dictate whether there's pressure or not at the end.
What's changed the mindset though of these late games, particularly when it's opportunities for pulling your goalie and whatnot, is the power rankings. So
because of the differential?
The differential. Yeah. So if losing by 2 and losing by 3 can be a big difference.
It's a very different thing.
So do you pull your goalie with, and to be honest, there's a higher percentage of an empty net goal than there is of tying a game, or getting within 1.
Oh, of course.
So those are always considerations. We've played teams in the past when I was coaching we'd be up 1 goal and the team wouldn't pull their goal because a 1-goal loss is pretty good points-wise.
Better
for
than a
teams.
2-goal loss,
Yes,
right? And where
yeah.
Norwood is number 14 in their division in the power rankings, you know, they're comfortably in, but a worse loss or a loss by another goal might knock them out of a home game.
Yeah, and if you lose a 1-goal game versus a good team, a lot of teams move up in the rankings because of that. Shot by Norwood, saved by Joyce, save again by Joyce. Back-to-back shots. Joyce ready for both. Those are 2 of the biggest saves of the game thus far. Norwood, they typically look for that back door right there, but good job by the Wolverines to get on top of that. That's what Norwood tries to do on the power play. They'll work it back and forth on one side, but then try to get the back door as Lewis comes away with the steal, and he's going to send it down the length of the ice.
It's a good job to clear it out. Halfway there now, 1 minute gone, a little over.
Norwood working their breakout. Penalty killers for the Wolverines. They got Martin. They also got Blaney. Martin gets a stick on it. Gets the puck in the air and gets it into Norwood's zone. Doesn't get all the way down, but effective enough to kill extra seconds on the clock. There's 34 remaining on the power play. Norwood looking to set it up. They're trying to pass it. That was a little bit off. Blaney gets a block on it, but somehow Norwood keeps it in. Looking to shoot it. That goes wide. I think it caught a piece of Sullivan. Blaney trying to get that out. It's still loose in the middle as both teams trying to gain the possession, then sent right back in.
10 seconds now.
Fengler battling for it. Does a good job of just keeping it away from the net in 3 seconds. Then rimmed around and out, and the Wolverines kill it. So a great job by the Wolverine penalty killers. Come away unscathed on the penalty kill. Nice move there by Blaney. He had some cheers from the crowd. He kind of faked a couple Norwood players out as they were trying to anticipate him going one way. He put the brakes and went the other. Lewis, he's got Donovan on the far side, picked off by Norwood. Norwood's got 3-on-2, but Sikula jumping in another play, and what a play there by Sullivan, able to get a block on the or a stick on the stick, and the net becomes dislodged, and we get a whistle with 2 minutes 55 remaining in the game.
Well, they weathered the storm there, the Wolverine defense, 2:55, and soon the question will be, do you pull the goalie?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we'll
speak
see.
to your question there about power rankings and points and differentials. And you wish it wasn't all about that.
No, I know.
It should be about winning the
It's
game.
impacted football too. You see teams like
of
still
course.
trying to go for touchdowns up like 21 with like 30 seconds left.
Sure.
So it's
With
totally
differential
changed
rules.
everything. I do miss the old school style, Jay. When Thanksgiving, where Thanksgiving mattered, and you had to win the league. I miss those days.
There has to be a quantitative formula to figure out whose strength of schedule, right? It can't just be about the wins. It has to be the quality wins, but yeah, it's complicated with the point differential in every sport.
Oh, nice move there by
what a great
Norwood.
job.
That was Gillis again. He's been outstanding. He's had the 2 goals for Norwood.
A great poke by James Galvin there.
Dempsey up ahead to Lewis. Lewis working it in, working it across. Moves it to himself. Johnson shot. He takes a hit.
Under 2 minutes
That's
now.
kind of a late hit. No call as Norwood works it up the far side. Right in front of Westwood's bench. Blaney finishing his check as the puck goes around, and then nice clean breakout right up to Martin. Wasn't able to get all of it. He was looking for O'Brien as Westwood works it into Norwood territory. Wolverines up 2, 1:36 remaining here in the game. Norwood goalie Pacheco still in the net. We'll see what they look to do as the puck rims around the far side. Norwood looking to work it up. Ricochets off Westwood's skate and then off the far boards, and they are going to pull the goalie.
Pacheco's coming out.
So Pacheco is out of the net. 6-on-5. Norwood with the extra guy now with the goalie out of the net. And this is always an effective play too, Jay, when you just kill clock with a little rugby scrum in the corner.
There you go.
Sebby
a
O'Brien
clear.
gets it out, and official is raising his hand as an icing as it weakly gets beyond the goal line, and I'm
That was
surprised
close.
at that call.
Yeah, I thought that might have been tipped, but they did not see it that way.
But I do want to give a quick, shout outs for folks. After the game, you can continue to watch, obviously Westwood Media Center, but 9 o'clock we'll have the boys basketball game versus Ashland that we did live a couple weeks back. It's on Verizon Channel 32 2132 HD, and also Comcast Channel 8. So 9 o'clock after the game, check out Westwood Media Center. Keep the channel on. There's always some good stuff. As Westwood looking to clear off the post!
Off the post!
Oh my God, I think that was Sullivan. Clear dink off the post.
Don't see those every day.
No.
Empty net attempt off the post.
Oh my goodness. That was the distance too, as Joyce saves it and gets the cover with 40 seconds left. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is coming back up on Saturday, we'll be doing another live game, the girls' game, when they'll be taking on the Hopkinton Hillers. It's their senior night as well. So we will be live 5:30 here on Saturday. So looking forward to doing that game as well. So 36 seconds remaining. Norwood has their goalie pulled, looking to get within one. Wolverines protecting the middle of the ice, forcing Norwood to the outside. Norwood working around. They got to hurry. They're down 2 with the clock ticking. 22 remaining. A loose puck in front of Joyce, and he covers it up. Westwood's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because this is where
a little chippiness here.
This is where you don't want to take a penalty that becomes a match penalty and you miss a game when the game is pretty much out of hand.
Right. Can't have that at this point in the season. Things look to be in hand here.
20 seconds remaining. Wolverines up 4-2. And Jay, I can't remember the last time Westwood beat Norwood twice in the hockey season. Since Norwood joined the TVL.
Sure.
It's always been a very tough team. Hockey's been their sport.
They're a good team.
And another penalty. This is now, I think, Westwood's 4th penalty to Norwood's 0. And it is what it is. So Westwood going into the box. I think it's on Matt Donovan. Going to be a trip call with 13 seconds remaining here in the game.
Going back to Westwood Media Center and those broadcasts,
yes.
I will tell you, I worked that basketball game against Ashland.
Yep.
It was a great game.
It was fantastic.
Ashland came to play.
Yeah. And
that was back and forth in that first half, and the Wolverines kept the pressure on. Oh!
Norwood's able to get to within one. Couple ricochets.
Oh, dear.
And another power play goal for Norwood. Get within one. Make the score 4-3. Looks like it's a goal. Looks like it's a goal from who but Gillis with the hat trick for Norwood.
That would be a hat trick, is right. 3 goals.
So 10 seconds.
A little drama here that we didn't expect, Morgan.
And I hear Coach Steve, he's not happy about that. It was a bad call. I mean, why are you calling? It's just a nonsensical penalty call when there's been plenty of obvious calls that could have been called against Norwood that haven't been called.
That should do it down in the zone.
Now Norwood's not happy. I think that's an icing. And that is going to do it here from the Ice House. And the Wolverines get the win 4-3 over crosstown rival, as Westwood heading over to the Den to celebrate with their classmates. And heck of a job by the Wolverines. Go 2-0 versus Norwood in a season. Norwood's always a tough team to beat. That's a sign of how special this team has been this year. We now move to 11-2-1 on the season. And as we mentioned, already locked in the TVL Large, individual TVL Large championship, which is pretty hard to do.
Right, locked in and 10-0-1 in the league now. A great game by Westwood. A little worrisome there at the end with a few of those penalties and some power play goals. So there was some drama that we didn't expect, but Westwood had it when they had to, and they really did. They outplayed Norwood more often than not during the 45 minutes. And
a lot of coachable moments too. So if you can have things where you can clean up and still win games, that's a sign of a good team. So
absolutely. And the junior leadership, like we said, with those captains, sophomores, freshmen, you've got kids from all 4 classes playing. And I think this team is gelling, and I'm very excited for the next few weeks.
Yep, no question about that. So that is going to do it here from the Canton Ice House. Wolverines 4-3 winners over crosstown rival Norwood. And Jay, thanks so much for joining us. A lot of fun.
Good to be here, Morgan. I love working with you. I know we've done football, we've done a bunch of things together, and I'm looking forward to more of that.
Jay, I always knew you were a hockey guy.
I do it all for the town.
From Evan Cardamino, Matt Grazza, Jay Risha, I am Morgan Donahue. Folks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all on the next one.